Welcome to the Division I National Semifinal Game 1 postgame press conference featuring the Virginia Tech Hokies. We'll hear an opening statement from Coach Brooks and follow with questions from the student athletes. The student athletes will then be dismissed and we will open for questions for Coach Brooks. Coach?
I'm extremely proud of this group, not only because of what they accomplish on the court, but how they conduct themselves on the court, how they conduct themselves in our community. And this is the best year of basketball that I've ever had in my life. And it's not because of the 31 wins. It's not because of getting to the Final Four. It's because I get to coach these young ladies. And I'm so happy and proud. I love the way they respect the game. I love the way they respect their opponent. I love the way they respect their university. I love the way they respect anybody that they don't know when they come across them. And I'll take that every time. No sacrifices. No sacrifices to get to anywhere. And that's who we are. That's what Virginia Tech is. That's what Virginia Tech will be. And these kids right here represent so well. So I'm the proudest coach in the country, regardless if I didn't get the actual prize. The fact that they love me as much as they do, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. I've been doing this too long. And this is the absolute best that I've ever felt with a group. And I'm proud of them. Proud of them whether they won, whether they lost. They respect everything. And that's why they're going to be future leaders of tomorrow, whatever they do. All right, I promise you that. It's because they understand it, they respect it, and they will be very, very successful. So thank you.
We will now open up for questions for the student athletes. We're actually going to begin with a virtual question from Christopher Heidel. Chris, I'm going to unmute your line and allow you to talk.
Hi, ladies. This is Chris Heidel from Herbert from Radio in Baltimore. Sorry for the tough loss tonight. What happened in the fourth quarter? You guys were coming out firing in the third quarter, and in the fourth quarter, what did they do differently to change up? This is for the student athletes.
They just started playing more aggressive. Obviously, we knew that they were going to come out with that aggression, with us being up, and I just don't think we were good enough to stop, Morris coming down and playing with that confidence. And, they just really took over with the intensity.
I think we did a really good job for the most part in the first two quarters of limiting them to one shot too, and I think we gave up a lot of offensive rebounds when they were coming back in the fourth, and that definitely hurt us.
Our next question. To your left.
Mitchell Northam. This is a question for Liz. I know you and Georgia are close. She broke the NCAA tournament record for three-pointers made tonight. Just kind of wondering from your perspective what it's been like kind of watching her thrive through this tournament on this run you all have been on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been amazing, and I'm so happy for her, and part of that is because I just know how humble she is. She'll never give herself enough credit, but why this question? What? But we all love her so much, and we are just really happy to see her successful because we know that she's had it in her the whole time, and it's nice that people are seeing it now.
Mark Berman, the Roanoke Times. Even though the season did not end the way you had hoped, how will you remember, each of you, how will you remember this season?
This is my favorite team that I've been on by far. Yeah, the goal was a national championship, but, a Final Four is pretty incredible, and I'm going to remember it as that. But also just mainly this group of girls has been so fun to play with, and it's the kind of relationship that I feel like is going to carry on for however many years, and we'll always be able to look back on this season and remember how much fun we had together. And I'm sure we're going to have a reunion in 50 years and be able to talk about it, so I'm looking forward to that.
To your left, ladies.
What do you think the legacy of this team may be?
You go.
I didn't just underdogs the whole year. We got the 1 seed, we won the championship, and people still didn't believe in us. people were saying we're the first team to not leave our region, all of that, and we had inside adversity. I think we just grew maturity-wise and set a standard for Virginia Tech basketball and like who we are as people and athletes.
Georgia, Howard Megdal at the Next. Liz didn't come out of the game for a second today. What do you think that says about what she has meant to this team?
It doesn't surprise me. That woman cops a beating every single night, you know, elbows thrown, all of that. But, you know, she means the world to this program. She just is the face of Virginia Tech, has come in here from day one and just, like, worked her butt off, really, and just trusted in Coach Brooks. And, you know, Virginia Tech loves her and she loves Virginia Tech, so...
To your right, ladies.
Elizabeth Jean Wong with the Washington Post. Can you talk a little bit about facing Angel and you know how difficult a matchup that was and what challenges she presents?
I mean, she's super athletic, really good at getting, you know, rebounds. I think the first half she had like 2 rebounds, and I knew coming out, her not being in danger of foul trouble as much, she was going to be really aggressive on that end. And she was, and she gave them a lot of second chance opportunities in the second half. And that definitely helped them come back.
And to your left, ladies.
Gaby Ream, her hoop stats. Sorry for the loss, guys. Throughout the season, Coach Brooks has trusted you guys when the other team makes a run to figure it out and not call a timeout. You know, tonight, obviously what happened, but throughout the season, what has it meant to you that he's put that trust in you in those situations?
I think it's just such a good relationship between us and him, the trust and the respect. And, you know, I would do anything for him. A lot of these girls would, and vice versa. So it helps us maturity-wise. I'm really saying, and I think we are one of the most smartest and maturest teams out there. And it's just an effort from him, from giving us that trust. And, you know, when we're not on a leash, like he's given us the chance to prove to him that he can trust us.
Staying to our left.
Laura Moses of Valley Sports. Liz, I'm curious what you think that you bring to the next level. What can, you know, teams get excited about when they see all that you have been able to accomplish at this level?
I think at the end of the day, I just love basketball and I love being part of a team, regardless of what my role is. I just feel like I'm willing to give my all to what I'm involved in. And I think I'm just a good teammate also, and able to listen and learn and get better with criticism.
And to your left, ladies.
Alexa Philpott with ESPN. Georgia, when you think about what this team can, the returners or even people coming in for next season, can take from this experience to get to the Final Four, both in this game but also just the run in general, what do you hope that that group can take moving forward?
Yeah, we've grown a lot this year, especially myself, just knowing what it takes to get here and being here. As soon as it ended, I just was, I want to be here again. So hopefully, you know, whoever comes back, whatever happens, I know that I can place myself in a leadership position to know what it takes to get here and be here, and just continue to bring those who come in, who come back, whatever, along with for this.
We're going to take another question from our left.
Tyler DeLuca, the next. Kayana, that 16-0 run from the end of the second going into the third, I believe you had 9 of those points. What changed from that first quarter going into that run, and why do you feel like you were so successful within that time frame?
I think my teammates put me in really good positions to be successful, and I was just waiting for my opportunity. We were struggling a little bit shooting-wise, so we had to do different things, play good defense, get stops, get to the rim. So I just did what my team needed at the time.
We're going to take another virtual question. Joshua Louder, you're now permitted to speak.
Joshua Louder Television Network. My question is for the student athletes. What are some principles that Coach Brooks has taught you over your time here, and how will you continue to reflect on those lessons as you grow as people?
I'm gonna let y'all answer this because I'm a junior. I get to enjoy it for a few more years.
That's a loaded. Everything I know, is that an answer? He's just taught me to focus on what's important to me. Something he says often that I think he got from a former player is just to focus on your focus. And I think that, we did that really well this season because there's always going to be adversity, whether that be, inside of what you're doing or outside. But at the end of the day, you got to do what's important to you if you want to get the most out of whatever you're involved in. So I think that'll definitely stick with me for a long time because me and this group of girls were able to do that really well. And we got success from it.
Now we'll take a question from our right.
Alexis Pierce with Season 1 Media. This question for you guys. Coach talks and says how you guys are his daughters, and he said that you'll be servant leaders for the future. What does he mean to you guys?
Can we start with Kiana?
Yeah, everything, honestly. I think it's a two-way street as far as, we just have the ultimate respect for him, trust in him, and same vice versa. I think as long as you meet him halfway, he's going to do whatever he can to put you in the best position possible, and I think that's why we're here today.
And Elizabeth?
Yeah, I agree with her. He's just willing to do so much for his players, and all they have to do in return is respect him and do what he says. And if you do that, then he'll do great things for you and take you great places. Just everything that he's invested in us is why we're in the spots we are and why we're making these great memories and having the best experiences ever.
Yeah, I just have the utmost respect for him. And because of that, I know he has my back all the time, He's just been a solid figure.
At this time, we'll take another virtual question. Avery Wiggins, your line is open and you are available to talk.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
This question is for Georgia. So you've been the big breakout star of this tournament, and just tell me, give me your reflection, just give me your mindset on just throughout the entire tournament, and just how have you been able to do what you've done?
Going into it, I wasn't thinking necessarily, this is huge for me. I just wanted to win so bad. From the minute we got chosen on the selection show, I knew that it was going to take the absolute most from me for us to get where we got. So it was just having that team mindset and just being put in really good positions by my team. There was times where I was putting up shots and they weren't falling, and I wanted to stop, but they all told me keep shooting. He told me keep shooting. So just playing my heart out for the team.
We'll take a question to our left.
David Cunningham, Tech Sideline. Kayana, you guys did a lot of the little things right in the second and third quarter, but it seemed like down the stretch there were some turnovers and the game just kind of got away from you. From your perspective, with the little things, what kind of went wrong there? What kind of got away from you?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I think we had a few crucial turnovers as well as missed box outs where they scored on second chance opportunities, and I think that's just what it came down to, really.
And we'll take our final question from our left for the student athletes.
Kayana, even though it's only been 2 years for you, how will you remember your Virginia Tech career? And I guess, Liz, if this is the end, if that is the case, how will you remember your 4 years at Tech?
For me, whenever I transferred, honestly, coming here, I got exactly what I wanted out of it. An ACC championship, a Final Four, and then most importantly, just being around people who welcomed me and loved me from the day that I got here. So it's definitely, these past 2 years have been the best of my life, for sure.
Definitely what she said. We've had the most incredible accomplishments as a program, but at the end of the day, these people that I'm around, I'm so lucky to be with. Couldn't have picked a better place. Virginia Tech really does feel like home to me, and it will always be that way going forward. And I know that Coach Brooks and I will always have that connection for the rest of time. So it just means a lot, but also the relationship with the girls. We're just a huge family, honestly, and I'm very grateful for that.
Thank you very much, ladies.